Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to learn about how to play the Vienna as white as per an opening request through the YouTube comments. Hope you enjoy this video. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more great opening videos, and a quick shout out to Mountain Park School. So the Vienna is going to revolve around this idea of playing f4. So first, black's going to play e5, and now we're going to play f4, but not yet. So f4 now will make it the king's gambit. And these are very sharp and I think unsound lines for white. So here, the Vienna is going to be a little bit more positional, where we play f4 when it's okay. So we're going to start with knight c3. And now, generally, you're going to see knight f6 or knight c6. You can see bishop c5 too. All of it's going to transpose because these three pieces are basically going to come out in the beginning. If you see d6, you're just going to have a good version of it. You're going to get your bishop out here, go d3, f4, and black's just going to be very passive, and this is probably the worst kind of approach to take against the Vienna, because here we're being ambitious in the opening, and if black's going to be passive, we're just going to get exactly what we want. So here we're going to first look at knight c6. So knight c6, we're going to go bishop c4, and now with bishop c5 we have this commonly known opening trap. Actually, when I was a kid, I actually fell for this once. It was pretty good for my opponent. So here, generally, you'll see black try to counterattack like this with knight d4, taking advantage of the queen moving out. If g6, we can just go queen g3, and we're going to have a nice positional advantage here. Here, we could probably just go bishop b3, and this g6 square is going to make the dark squares very weak. We're going to go d3, bishop, probably g5 or h6 to take advantage of that at some point later in the game. So here we'll first look at knight d4. So here we take on g7. Remember, we're threatening the rook, and we're threatening f7 checkmate. So here, if knight takes c2, we can play king d1, and now there's no way for black to kind of protect both. Queen e7, we take this rook, he takes here, and now we have knight d4, and this position just blowing up. This knight's under attack, this pawn is under attack, f7 is going to be under attack at some point, and it's going to be really, really good for white here. Also, this knight is probably trapped. So here, if they go bishop c5, you have that nice opening trap, but most people have seen that, so you shouldn't see bishop c5. So here you'll probably see knight c6, and now bishop c4, and now knight f6. So this is probably the main line. So here we're going to go d3. Now here, if bishop c5, we're going to go f4. So here we have to watch out for one thing, and that's going to be this knight g4 move. So here, for example, if we went knight to f3, knight g4, here rook f1 doesn't work because knight takes h2 check, knight takes queen check, and I've actually won a lot of games like this as black. Really like this line. So here, to counter attack that, after e5 or after d6, we're going to take away the square from the knight. We're going to go f5. So f5, now black cannot play knight g4 because this queen is guarding the square and the bishop is not providing support. So here, for example, if knight d4, we're just going to go knight f3, castle, and now bishop g5. And now we're super ready to just castle queenside and start an attack. Our f pawn is already at f5, and here we're going to have a huge time advantage in our attack against this black king. So that's what you want to do if they try going just kind of normal setup, d6, and trying to get that knight to f4. Now instead, if they take here, we're going to play bishop takes, and now we're just kind of happy, right? Because we got our bishops out, we have a very nice active position, and once we kind of got everything we want. Let's say, for example, here we have this idea. And here, now we can go bishop d3. Now we have a very solid position. And now when we castle kingside, this is actually going to be better for us, because here this f file is going to be already open. And now this knight's going to come under a lot of pressure after bishop g5. Or we can attack the light squares with e5 at some point. Something like this, and get our queen to h5, knight to g5. I know I'm like marking up the board here, but that's going to be the plan there. We have a very nice kingside attack. So here, this would be very nice for white. There's no real chance for black to take advantage of this open diagonal. So here, this is this diagonal you really want to watch out for as white in this Vienna. So here we looked at those lines. Now let's look at if he goes knight f6, d3, and now knight a5. So this is also a very, very popular line, one that I also play as black. So here, I found this interesting idea of knight e2. So here, take on c4, we're going to play take, and after bishop c5, we're going to go queen to d3. So we can't go bishop g5 here because of the tactic bishop takes f2 check, king takes, knight g4 check, and he picks up this bishop, king here and take, and this would not be fun for white to play. So here we have to go queen d3, and the idea is going to be very simple. We're going to castle queenside, and this c pawn is actually going to stop black's attack. It's going to have a huge grip on d5 and b5, and here we're just going to go f3, g4, h4, and just push up the guys against the black king. And remember, even if he tries castling queenside, we still have that space advantage that we really like, and this square is ours. This is going to be our square. And here, I'm pretty happy with this position. Now here, if he can prolong taking on c4, so that's going to occur through here and c6. I think probably the trending line now. Maybe, I think there's a crossing game here. So here, we're going to play a3. Not making any weaknesses, making a useful move, and getting ready to slide this bishop back to a2. So for example, if he goes maybe d6 here, we can just go bishop a2, and now this knight's going to look a little goofy here. b4 is actually threatening to trap it. And here we have we got a nice Italian. And remember, f4 is still a big option. We're probably going to castle kingside, play f4, and then we're going to have a nice position as white in this. We're just given everything we got. So now instead, after a3, take on c4, take, and we're going to keep the same idea, queen d3. Remember, these two twin towers, they keep a grip on this d5 pawn, or this d5 square. And we have a simple idea, f3, bishop e3, push the pawns, castle queenside, and get pressure against this d6 pawn, and try to king hunt this king over here when he castles. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is how you want to play the Vienna. Remember, try to take a more positional, no weakness approach to it. That way you still have everything to play for, but black's not going to get all that counterplay. So make sure to check out wolfchess.org for great lessons, videos, and puzzles, and hope you guys were entertained.